Hey everyone, how's it going? This is gonna be a different vlog type deal today. So in a minute I'll insert a clip of what happened when I went and tried to film my most recent course vlog yesterday. It went terribly. We have about 3 inches of snow on the ground, and I lost 2 discs on the second hole, and I had a really funny fall too that I'll include. So yeah, I couldn't find those discs, so I pretty much had a plan to make a video recapping my 2019 season, and this is gonna be it. So let's check those videos out and kind of show you guys what happened yesterday. That was hilarious. I just busted my butt. I think the shot was okay though. I heard it hit a super late tree, so I'm hoping it crossed the creek. Bring a shovel when you play snow. I don't play in the snow very often, so I'm just kind of out here winging it. All right, now that we've taken a look at that lovely bit of footage from Megiddo, let's talk about some overall things about the season that I accomplished. The first thing this season, I started out with a win. That's great. And that also led me to getting 8 wins on the season, I believe. 8 wins is the most I've ever had in a season. I have 23 wins total now, which is great. I believe something like 15 in the open division. I was able to pass the $10,000 in career earnings mark this year with $3,404. I think that's the most I've won in a season as well. $3,400 on 19 tournaments with 8 wins. I only missed cash twice this year. Once being at the first A tier I played. I just played very poorly. And then second being at Worlds when I had to pull out. And I was actually in the money when I pulled out. So that's still a win in my books. I got my player rating to 1001. And I still have rounds in from last October. I'm not sure why. But when all of those drop down, my rating should jump around the 1005 region. And this is going to be fun because I'm going to get to kind of relive things for you guys and just remember a little bit. The Bash at Wildlife Tournament started out my year shooting a 1019 on the, I believe, the original Northwood course. So this is before it was committed all the way to the gold. So I shot a 50 and a 53 back to back. Shot, great 1,000 golf that day. So I'll take it. Actually 10-10 golf or so. So a fantastic start to my season. All right, so my second term of the year didn't go very well. We'll look at it briefly here. It was the Rumble up in Davenport, Iowa. Camden 2 up there, fantastic course. And then Westlake Park was also very great, a nice 24-hole course. However, they drained it this year and it's no longer being used, and I think they pulled all the baskets too. So Paul Macbeth absolutely just shredded the field, shooting ridiculous rounds. He shot -39. So yeah, he shot 1040, 1050, 1077. And if I go all the way down in 45th place, 965, 962, 997. That might be the worst tournament I've shot probably 2 or 3 years, I would assume. That's terrible. I remember shooting around at Cam 2 of a 60, and the previous year I had shot like 54, 55, and I still felt like I could do better. This year when I shot the 60 at Cam 2, it actually felt good, which is a terrible thing. You shouldn't be shooting like 6 strokes worse than a round where you feel like you left some out there, but it happened. I won't talk about the next one either. It was a little C tier where no one signed up, and I think I shot pretty low ratings at this one too. It's a deuce or die course. I shot neg 21, so the hottest score on the day. Yeah, and I averaged 970, 74 golf. Not very great, but it's a win. Northwood Gold's preview. This day was miserable. It rained all day. So let's see what we got here. 975, 998. So I still, living in Illinois here, I always seem to have trouble if, like, just finding my putt, my consistency when it starts getting warm again. And this is all the way in May. I'm surprised I wasn't a little more consistent at that point. But Paul Oman took that one down with nice back-to-back 66s. And for Worlds reference, if you want to see like a 66 at Worlds, I'm pretty sure would have been rated like maybe 995 or so. The next one here, I had another C tier with not, just two people in the field again. This time, however, I was able to pace myself well and averaged about 10-ish golf or so, 10:08, whatever that math is. So that was a solid tournament, and this was actually the weekend after I got married. And then I played a lot of flexes for Ledgestone, which that week went really well for me. Rich and I go back and forth all the time. He was able to take this one down. I shot 1,000, he shot 1019. And you can see right here, this is the same layout Paul shot his 66 on. His was rated 1025, mine was rated 1,000. And then Rich's 63 still wasn't rated that. Next one, we will go to this one round Bradley flex. I ran this tournament and decided to play. 1009, solid. Josh Coghill, solid kid from Mississippi. So I wasn't upset to tie him. I remember that tournament, there's a hole that is 100. Actually, if you go watch my previous course vlog for Bradley, it is hole 6. And that's in the long, it's 215. And the short, it's like 165. I spit out 3 times and took a 5 on that hole. I 4-putted and shot 7 down. So, whatever. All right, and then my best flex tournament from Ledgestone was the Sunset. I shot a 1037, a 50 out there, super solid. We had Josh in here again, Ezra, Isaac Robinson, Eddie Ward. A solid field here to take down. That one felt much better, getting a nice in the 1030s. And I'm going to do a course vlog on Sunset as soon as possible. You guys will fall in love with that course if you've never played it. Let's go to Ledgestone here. Ledgestone I played pretty solid. I think a 49th place, okay. So 995, 1002, 1028. Think my takeaways from that, I was on live round 1. There's no post-production of it, however, so if you want to check it out, I can leave a link in the description. It was so windy. We got our tee time delayed from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock, I believe. So, and I played with Chris Dickerson, Eagle, and Brian Earhart. When we teed off, so here's a little inside story too. They give you the driving ranges for the Disc Golf Pro Tour. I was practice putting next to it with Chris Dickerson, and we're just sitting there talking, and Steve Dodge is behind me somewhere, and all of a sudden the easy up starts tumbling end over end and almost crushes me, and it was just a ridiculous experience. And then we had to tee off right after that with like 55-mile-an-hour winds, or so, probably, okay, I'm exaggerating. I'd say 50-mile-an-hour gusts, however, probably 30 sustained, and it was pretty terrible for the first 6 holes or so. I'm pretty sure I like doubled hole 1, doubled hole 2, and then maybe par, doubled hole 3, or I think I tripled hole 3 actually. So I was sitting like 8 over, and then I just absolutely grinded back and shot +4. So it's still, that was that 995 round. That's just fine. And that ended up being a good payout, 430. So I'll take it. Next, I went down and played the St. Louis Open in the little flex tournament there. I was pretty mad at the time because I knew my rating was going to jump high, and then I shot a 66, 981. It's not very good. In round 1 of the St. Louis Open, I shot that 60, and it was rated 1023. Then I followed it up with a 57 at a 1001. And then the last round, I shot a 53, and we had car problems. Our power steering went out in our car, and we were kind of worried to drive it because we weren't sure what it was at the time. Ended up being nothing that crazy. I was able to drive our car home, like the 2-hour drive. My last round, I had to play blind and shot a 53. I'm not saying by any means that made me lose the tournament completely. But man, I feel like if I had some reps in on Jefferson Barracks, because I played there a long time ago, but the pins were in the longs, and I just wasn't familiar with it. So I feel like I could have got a couple strokes off that round, and shot myself into the at least maybe like 4th place or so. That cost me maybe $100 in payout, just not being able to practice the course. But overall, I beat some solid names here. I got to play with Presnell and Coda last round. this was a nice field of people. Solid payout as well. And I did the right thing for my rating. You know, I'm starting to push it forward here. So next we have the Northwood Gold preview before Worlds, I believe. Came in with a 61, 1035, and at the time I had the sole possession of the Northwood course record before Worlds. You know, it's of course like 3 days later, Paul and Emerson are shooting like 52s, but hey, I had it for a while there, so I'll take it. So another Worlds preview, Eureka. Got another 1,000 right around, 1003. Rich and I flipped again. He beat me this one. And then Drew came in with a neg 3, which is super solid. All right, so then we go into Worlds. So the start of Worlds, I was okay. So practicing Eureka a lot and Northwood a lot. I took a pretty bad fall on hole 16 at Eureka, throwing a forehand. I released the disc, landed in a hole, rolled over, and I literally got whiplash, which I thought was ridiculous. But then during the round, I remember practicing more. I couldn't even lift my head like to there to actually look to putt. So it started getting worse and worse, but I would play through it and kind of help it, you know, or it got looser. So then was Sunday. We tee off on Tuesday or Wednesday, and I pretty much said I was supposed to be on Jomez, so I told Steve Holloway from my team MVP manager. I was asking him if I could get switched off lead card, or maybe I was thinking about pulling myself out. I ended up just trying to work it as much as I could. We shot an in the bag video that I pushed myself, and I got through it quite well. And then I decided I'm just gonna go for this thing. And you know what? It was off to a pretty solid start. Let me hit the round ratings here. Go all the way down here. So yeah, I shot a 10:05 round, and that was the one on Jomez. I had 2 mental lapses in a row, hole 13 and hole 14, if you even want to call 13 a mental lapse. And this is at Eureka. I ran about a 40-footer. I was just feeling myself. I just watched Yale throw in for eagle. I hit the dang cage with my soft putter I specifically putted with so it wouldn't roll. Rolls in the water. Then at my mental lapse, I missed a comeback putt there, which is only about 18 feet, but the pressure got me a bit. So that's 2/3 strokes I wasted on that hole. And the next hole, I was circle 1 for birdie and hit the band. So there's 4 strokes off my round there. I think I shot a 1 over. That could have easily been a 61, something really nice. But that's fine. So I shot a 64 first round, 10:05, a 64 second round, 10:17, and then a disappointing 65 or 67 third round, which it wasn't great. And then the 4th round, I got to the beast hole out there at Northwood Gold, hole 12. Got myself out of position twice. I had to throw really hard sidearms. For some reason, that sidearm motion, like looking away and then like back forward, I would just yank my neck a bit. It just, I was done. There's nothing I could do. I had to throw one more forehand, and I went to reach back, and I couldn't even turn my head to the right, and I had to pull myself out. Very, very unfortunate because my round was going okay. I was sitting around +1 or so when I pulled out. And that I was in the cut I pulled out on 14, so I had 15, 16, 17, 18 to play. 4 holes, I could have got a check, but man, I just felt like I was going to do serious damage to myself, and I didn't want to push it. Especially because I was about to head out to Maple Hill for the MVP Open, which that is my next tournament. So let's just jump right over there. And also, if you're watching this, I appreciate all the support, and just I had such a good following, and just everyone was giving me good words from Worlds. It was great being on Jomez, and I appreciate everyone threw my way. So let's just hop straight over to the MVP Open. I love finishing in the 40th places at DGPTs apparently. So 48th place, tied with Alex Russell. I shot a 10:09 first round, 61. Video of this round will eventually be out from the Disc Golf Guy. I think that's either even or +1. I can't quite remember. And then I shot a 59 second round with a 10:18. And then a 61 third round, 997. My takeaways from this tournament, It was fantastic. I love Maple Hill. Instant favorite course. If you've not played there, and you have the chance to go there, just go check it out. It's awesome. Round one takeaway, I had a weird spit out on hole. I think it's hole 8, not hole 9. Weird spit out that went in the water. Cost me 2 strokes. Yeah, it was a fine round. On 18, I made a hero play for the green on 18 and made it on there. It was sweet. And then round number 2, my 59 was just solid, just a slow scoring round. Nothing too crazy. And then my last round is the one that really frustrates me. It's the first round I felt in a big tournament that I kind of had it all figured out. I was sitting 3 or 4 down going into 14 or 13. And if you ask me, that's the easiest stretch to get. Like 17's a for sure birdie, 18's an easy par, and then 16, 15, birdie one of those at least. I mean, 12 isn't too difficult either. And then 14, just play for 3 and you're fine. So I was sitting 4 down with what I thought would be the easiest stretch to come. I thought I was going to come in with like a 55. Nope, I proceed to bogey, par, double bogey, birdie, par. So I shot a +1. That's frustrating. Whatever though, I made some money again. You know, finished right around some solid pros and things like that. Then we go to the Forsyth Decatur Open. This ended up just being a slugfest between another pro and I, and then he ended up pulling away. Rating still 996. I come out with a 10-15, got a 1-stroke lead, and then I lost it and have a 1-stroke deficit. So 10-15, 991, and then a 10-06, Gavin gained 3 on me, and then a 10-17, he just kept the pedal down. So I got second place by 5, and then I beat third place by 7. Now we're at the YFC Open here. So congrats to Jacob Armbrust, my teammate, for getting his first B-tier win with a solid 976 and 1027. My first round at this tournament was horrible. I missed 7 circle 1 putts. Something about this place, I can't ever seem to putt there. I don't know what the deal is, but gosh, it was bad. And then my second round, I think I missed 4 putts again, but I shot a 1018. I've been to 999 before, and I failed last time. So that 956 and the 1018, just not making me feel too great. So the Greater Peoria Open here, we played McNaughton Longs, and we played Northwood Gold. Okay, this wasn't as bad as I thought, but at the time, so I shot a 58 at McNaughton, which is like -4. Not great. I would expect something around 55 or so at worst. Maybe 56. So then a 66 at Northwood Gold, rated 1003. That's fine. However, the average of this day is like 990-ish. And I wanted to make that last push before the end of the year to get my rating over 1,000. That one disappointed me, but it was a win. So it's the only time, it's the most upset I've ever been about a win as far as ratings go. Just at the time, everything kind of just didn't work out. So then my last tournament of the year I played went extremely well. I shot a 1066 first round and a 1011 second round. So my 1066 was really special. The best part about that round was the finish. I'm sitting about 50-ish feet out, 45 feet out on an uphill putt on a hole that it's honestly just very crappily designed. It's hole 3 at Lincoln Park South. If you play from the long pad, you have to pitch up, take your 3. It's not impossible to tee, but it's very unlikely. However, I'm finding myself 50 feet out, and I thought course record was 47, so I really wanted the putt, and I made it for 2 to end the round. That was my last tournament. Took home $490. Fantastic. My next vlog, we'll get back to, course. Get back to an 18-hole course vlog. Sorry if this was boring to anyone, but it's something I kind of want to talk about and just reflect on my season. So it's a good time to do it now in a week where I couldn't really film outside too much. As always, thank you to my sponsors, MVP, Paragon, and Plastic Addicts for all their support. I'm looking forward to my 2020 season. And thanks to everyone for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And like I said, I will get back to regular scheduled content next week. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.